All right, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, glory, and honor unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Harakakwadash. A double honors unto the elders and apostles of GMS Great Millstone, and a sincere Shalom to you, Aki, and bringing out this word in diligence and in truth. Lord willing, I want to hop into this lesson, and it's revolving around, the second death. So I want to start off in the book of Genesis 6 and 5, and it says, "And Yahweh saw that the wickedness of man was great in the earth, and that every imagination of the thoughts of his heart was only evil continually." Right? And now we understand, as the scripture says in the book of Romans, it says that which was written aforetime was written for our learning. So understanding that that these same things will come to pass, because when we go into the book of Ecclesiastes, it tells us what? That there's nothing new under the sun. So we're seeing the same type of behaviors and the same type of rebellion, from men and women in this earth. So this is the wickedness, that Yahweh seen, back in the time of Noah, man. Right? It says, "And Yahweh saw that the wickedness of man was great in the earth, and that every imagination of the thoughts of his heart was only evil continually." And this is what you see, man. You see it in the 2/3. You see it from Esau and the heathen, and you even see it in from Jake within the circumcision. Them twisting doctrine, or trying to make doctrine fit their lifestyle instead of fitting their lifestyle into the words that Yahweh Shai said. So, this angered the Lord into basically bringing forth the first death, which was what? The flood. Which in the flood he did what? He killed all people, but saved those 8 souls, man. Noah, Shem, Ham, Japheth, and their wives. Right? This is 6. It says, "And it repented the Lord that he had made man on the earth, and it grieved him at his heart." It's like it is a 7. It says, "And the Lord Yahweh said, I will destroy man whom I have created from the face of the earth." Right? It was a hard reset that was needed back then. And understanding that same hard reset is going to happen again, but it's not going to be through water anymore. Hence the covenant and the promise the Lord made with bringing forth the rainbow to the earth, man. It was a promise that he wouldn't flood the earth anymore. That was the sign. So he's not doing it with physical water anymore, but now it's going to be a harsher judgment, because the sins and wickedness is harsher, which means what is going to be done with thermonuclear fire, man. As Sodom and Gomorrah went down with the ancient fire and brimstone, this is going to be the modern day fire and brimstone, man. From the ICBMs, nuclear power. The final whooping, so to speak, the second death. It says, "And the Lord said, I will destroy man whom I have created from the face of the earth, both man and beast and creeping thing and the fowls of the air, for it repenteth me that I have made them. But Noah," right? "But Noah found grace in the eyes of the Lord." And grace is important, man, because grace is a time period that Yahweh Shai still has open for us to, get things right. Without that grace period, your time is limited, man. And it's through grace and faith, not the law in which you'll be saved, but through those two, man. Because we're imperfect beings, to be held to the standard of the law in order to make it, we will never make it, because only one individual, Yahweh Shai, the perfect, right? He was the only one to do it. So to even try to exalt that standard as, this is the measure in which we should, live by in order to make it is crazy, man. Because none of us will, if that was the case. Right? It says, "These are the generations of Noah. Noah was a just man and perfect in his generations, and Noah walked with Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai." Now I want to go into these words as well, because these are the same characteristics in which the elect have. It says Noah was a just, H6662. It says, "Just, a lawful righteous man, righteous in one's cause, as justified and vindicated by Yahweh." And to be vindicated, let's go into that word. Because to be vindicated by the Most High means, it says, to be acquitted, to be justified, to be cleared, absolved, free from blame. Meaning what? Unblemished. Or also meaning what? Their sins have been wiped away. Because by the blood of Yahweh Shai, the elect are blameless, because their sins won't be their accusers. Right? These are the same ones who will be made white. These are the same grapes of the cluster that Yahweh Shai has kept for himself You know, it says to declare innocent, to exonerate. Hey, so let's get into more precepts, because we see that Noah was vindicated and justified by Yahweh Shemar Shai. And it's something that you have to be predestined for, man. So let's go into the book of Ezekiel 9. This is Ezekiel 9, and I'll start here at 4. It says, and the Lord said unto him, go through the midst of the city, through the midst of Jerusalem, and set a mark upon the foreheads of the men that sigh and that cry for all the abominations that be done in the midst thereof. And we understand when we go into this word mark, it means tawa, which is what? A mark of exemption. And being exempt from what? Exempt from judgment. That they're not going to taste of the second death. So what? They're acquitted or justified to be able to be saved. I want to go to it. It says Mark H8420. It says a mark as a sign of exemption from judgment. And it's not a physical mark. This is a spiritual mark in which the scripture is speaking about, man. Right? Let's see if it has more here. No, it's going into physical marks here, but the tawa is a spiritual mark, man. And with that spiritual mark, it shows who you belong to, man. Because the angels are going to pass over thee to not bring forth judgment unto you. Which means what? You are justified in the sight of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, man. Because let's read what happens to those that don't have that mark, that tawa. It says, unto the others he said in mine hearing, go ye after him through the city and smite. Let not your eyes spare, neither have ye pity, right? Slay utterly old and young, both maids and little children and women, but come not near any man whom is the mark. Showing you what? That judgment, they're exempt from that. It says, and begin at my sanctuary. The scriptures tell us that judgment must first begin at the house of Israel, right? It says, and then they began at the ancient men which were before the house. So let's go into more precepts, because we understand, going back into Genesis, that the scripture speaks about the wickedness that was being done in those days in which, Yahweh Shemar Shai had to bring forth that judgment. Well, let's get into the second death, because we understand, this is going to happen in our lifetimes, man. It's not going to be as the Christian church saying, oh, yeah, it's going to happen, but not when we're alive. That's BS. The scriptures clearly tell you that these are the times in which we're living in. If they were able to discern prophecies, which shows that they do not have the spirit of the testimony of Yahweh Shai, which is the spirit of prophecy. That only belongs unto the men whom he's dedicated to be able to preach this word in season and out of season. This is Revelation 21, and it's like 8. And it reads, matter of fact, I'm going to start at 7. He that overcometh shall inherit all things. And it says, all who are victorious will inherit all these blessings. And that's only for the elect, man. Because above it speaks about what? New Jerusalem, right? And that's speaking of, the elect men being caught up in the chariot and not tasting of that second death. The elect in the 1/3, but the 2/3 filling that fire. Continuing, it says, but the fearful, it's like I got to finish 7. He that overcometh shall inherit all things, and all will be his power, and he shall be my son, right? But the fearful and the unbelieving and the abominable and the murderers and the whoremongers and sorcerers and idolaters and all liars. So I want to hold this and go back to Genesis 3 real quick, because it was a key word here. It's Genesis 6 and Genesis 5. Genesis 6 and 5. It says, and Yahweh saw that the wickedness of man was great in the earth, right? And these are wicked acts, man. It says, or wicked people, man. It says the fearful and unbelieving, the abominable, the murderers and whoremongers and sorcerers and idolaters and all liars. Matter of fact, I want to actually go into that word wicked, see if it has anything, extra on it. Genesis 6 and 5. Wickedness, wry, which means evil. It says bad, evil, malignant, unpleasant, worse, bad, unkind, evil, wicked, ethically, right? Which goes into moral. In general, a person's of thoughts, deeds, actions, right? Their conduct. Let's see if there's any more. I believe that's it right there. Bad, evil, malignant, evil, injurious. Let's see. ethically bad. Yeah, okay, we read that. Seeing if it's any more. That's the point. Let's get back to it. It's back in Revelation 21. Back in Revelation 21 and 8. It says, but the fearful and unbelieving and the abominable and murderers and whoremongers and sorcerers and idolaters and all liars shall have their part in the lake which burneth with fire and brimstone, which is the second death. But the elect will not be partakers of that second death, as they will be protected and justified by Yahweh Bashim Shah to escape that said peril and be caught up in the chariots, man. And that's why the scripture tells us, I believe it's in the book of Ezekiel. Yep. And I'm going to close off with this. It's like Isaiah 26 and 20. And it reads, come, my people, enter thou into thy chambers and shut thy doors about thee, which means getting caught up in the chariot. It says, hide thyself as if it were for a little moment until the indignation be overpassed. For behold, the Lord Yahweh Bashim Shai cometh out of his place to punish the inhabitants of the earth for their iniquity, right? That wickedness, same in Genesis. The earth also shall disclose her blood and shall no more cover her slain. So that's the point. The same thing in which Yahweh Bashim Shai did in Genesis 6 with water is going to be done in fire, speaking of the second death by thermonuclear missiles. The waster to destroy, the fanners, the weapons of his indignation, as the scriptures tell us. So, Lord willing, this lesson was edifying unto the body. I want to give all praises, glory, and honor unto Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim, Harakakwadash. A double honors unto the elders and apostles of GMS Great Millstone. And a sincere shalom to you, Aki, and bringing out this word in diligence and in truth. Shalom.